Hello everybody and welcome to another regular look at the S&P 500. I'm TheStopHunter, aka TheStopHunter, for those that don't know. Now just a quick one, this S&P 500 look works for anyone who's trading the futures, options, the SPY, SPX, CFD, spread bets, the whole lot. It's all, for you guys out there. Now, let's crack on into the detail. What's the themes been going on since last week? Well, I suppose it's been poorer US economic data, bringing down yields and actually putting a bit of optimism into the market that hopefully that there'll be no more rate rises coming up, maybe a pause for the short term just to give the markets a bit of a breather. Now, we can quickly look at the CME FedWatch tool, and you can actually see at the moment 86.5% probability that it will stay the same. So market pricing in that at the moment. What else has been going on? Well, it's that August holiday trading season that's coming to an end. We're running over month end. Markets have been a bit choppy, maybe feeling a bit bearish over August, weak bearish, and maybe allowing a bit of opportunity to buy some of those stocks cheaper. Nvidia has still been on a tear up. Some of those tech stocks that have sold off, maybe some value in there, but we're focusing on the S&P 500. So let's get into the data, and we're going to start with a current look what's going on this morning. Last few days in this 15-minute chart, you can see, I suppose you can see that for the takeaway, there's that theme of the market running up last few days. Currently, this is today's action in the box here. We're trading around 4,500, came off a bit this morning on the European Open, but sort of stabilizing, like I say, around 4,500. So let's get into some sentiment stuff. I'm going to start actually with the major global stock market performance index. Now put this together, looked at all the majors just to see where there's relative value in any of the indices of the world. This is over 2023. You can see S&P 500 slap bang in the middle there, up nearly 17% for the year. So not bad performance, but up the top there, the Russian index 46%. Then you've got NASDAQ up 40%. You can even see the Japanese Nikkei 225 slightly better, nearly 24%. But S&P, solid performance over the year so far, up nearly 17%. So that puts it into perspective what's going on at the moment. So I next like to look at what I would call, if it loads up in time for us, the commitment of traders data. Now we're having a bit of a load up issue here on the charts a moment. Here we go, and it's back. That's the green line there. They're the large speculators. Now you'd hope that they would be getting their price action right, and you can measure it, like I said, through their position taking in commitment of traders world, and you can see there they've been growing their long positions, and that's sort of reflective in the price action. There's been a bit, flattening maybe more recently, and that might reflect that slight pullback, but still they're holding long. And down the bottom there we've got seasonality. Now if we just scroll that out a bit, what goes on now? Well, actually really it's sort of flat to weak, and then we get into late October, November, December through to the new year where it's really strong. December, call that the center rally trade. I've got videos on that on the channel. Nice period to be trading there for many reasons. Now what else have we got? We've got some other data here. Now this is the big one for me, the VIX. What is the VIX doing? So again, there's a video on this on the channel, how to actually trade this strategy. This is set up for the daily chart at the moment, and what I'm looking for is an inverse relationship. If volatility is down, I expect price to be up, and vice versa. And at the moment we got down the bottom there, daily price up, and volatility down. You can go back yourself and check it out how it works. So at the moment we've got a more bullish outlook, volatility out under the cloud there. Let's just zoom in a little bit. It works in all time frames. Let's get, say, down to the 1 hour chart. Let's just pull that out a minute. Let's delete that off. And as you can see, as that volatility's come up on the VIX just in the last few hours, you can see actually that, you know, sell off, you know, quite a pullback that we're seeing at the moment in the short term. So it's a really useful tool, this. So for us to summarize, at the moment we've sort of got a weak bullish set up there for the S&P. And some other data that I like to look at, just gives me an idea of what's going on very quickly. Top left, we've got the 50 S&P 500 stocks above their 50-day average. Currently, the indicator telling us it's turning bullish, so that's a good sign. And similar in top right, it's the same sort of thing, but this time over their 200-day average, two very common used moving averages in that world, all both looking good. And then we've got down the bottom, New York Stock Exchange 52-week highs. Often it's more bullish if they see those picking up, and yes, they are at the moment. The indicators turn bullish, so it's not looking bad there. Weak bullish, I would say there. So sentiment wise, what we've gone through on the charts there, let's call that weak bullish, and let's get into some price action. And here we have the longer term weekly chart of the S&P 500, drawn on some regression bands there to see where this current trend is at. And at the moment it's slap bang in the middle right there. So we've got some good positive and negative action still to be had there. Upside wise, you're almost talking 5,300. Downside, we've got this Fibonacci key one there. That's at 3,840, 3,850, and then you got that line there, 3,700 down in there. So that's one to watch out if you're on the negative for, you know, POV on the S&P. But at the moment we've got this Fibonacci line, could be providing support for 284, 300. A lot of volume here as well. As you can see, volume at price, that's at the 4150 sort of area, and then it sort of scales back into that arc. We talked about this last week. A lot of price action down here. That sort of level, 2800, 2900. That's if things really, you know, hit the fan. And in terms of indicators, the weekly indicator pointing south at the moment. So maybe we're moving into this part of the regression band for a pullback. Maybe we'll see support at this sort of 4,280 area for a bounce on up. It's looking interesting at the moment, but in terms of odds, it's more 50-50 in the longer term where it's placed at the moment. And then heading into the line break chart, got this set to an hour. It's a 4 line break chart. This is to give you opportunities in for reversals in prices. At the moment, we've got this slightly bullish play coming in. Now I use a 4-2 entry, so if I was to get in a bit more aggressive, just over 4,500 for the first buy, and then maybe 4,515 for that second opportunity there. So bullish setup in play there in the short term at the moment. Let's head into my favorite charts, the Renko charts. In the medium term, what's been going on? So we've got the best part of a year's data here. We're using a $20 block size. I suppose we can see that uptrend. I've drawn on the Fibonacci's for potential support, resistance and targets. We're in a current uptrend. The stochastic indicator at the bottom looking all bullish. That's, I suppose, the next target, 4,600, 4,630 maybe. And you know, those recent highs that we saw around about July 27th time. Upsides, we would be looking for, let's just pull that back a bit, 4,850 in the short, the medium term. If it fails here, although I do like this double W shape there, double bottom, which could project up to about here. So, but to the downside, if it fails, then this 4,300 key Fibonacci area, then 4,200 and 4100. So all those hundreds on the way down to the downside. And let's focus in a bit more shorter term. So we've decreased the block size quite substantially down to a $5 block size now. So we really do, like you see down by the dates at the bottom, get into some much tighter price action. So we're looking over August, and like I said right at the start, August hasn't been that great a month. You can see the down, and then a slight bit of a recovery around about the 18th of August. And in terms of price action at the moment, it's hovering around this Fibonacci line, 480, 490 sort of mark down in there. And we've got this overhead resistance point at 4520, which if we go to the left, we can see key points and all this price action through here. So that could be a stumbling block or pausing block before it tries to get to 4566, 70, and then it's up into the early 4600s downwise. Key Fibonacci line 4450 sort of zone, then the early 400s and down into the 4350s. So that's my quick look at the S&P 500. Like I said, I've used the ES1 ticker through all of that, and that's the E-minis contract. That's one I trade and one I enjoy using. A lot of volume and liquidity there. Good one for all sorts of reasons. What else have we got coming up? Well, tonight we've got Ask the Trader, 7:30 p.m. GMT, where you can ask me absolutely anything you like around the world of trading. I'll try and answer you, so it'd be nice to see you guys there. If not, we've got other live streams coming up next week. Subscribe, hit the bell buttons to receive notifications about them coming up. Looking to have more content in as well, so hopefully you can join me there. So with that, good luck with the trading, and I hope to see you all soon.